For clicking on the video. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. Mine was okay. Thanks for asking. Um, okay, and so this is like a part two to didn't sound right. This is a part two of or black women responsible for the black men we complain about. Apparently that's been blamed on us. And so anyway, I end up having, of course the video did strike controversy, mainly against males. I ended up talking to actually 6 males who voiced their opinion, and 2 of them went really really deep. But for the most part it was like a 50 type thing. 3 of them agreed, 3 of them didn't. The one who didn't agree, that went really deep, usually does. He's very conscious, and he goes to depths. I have to tell him to pause because I'm like, I cannot dissect that right now. And so, and I'm definitely not ashamed to say that. Like, when I've talked to a lot of conscious people, some of them I choose not to go too far with because it just be too far, take me out of my element of mental space where I like open to it, but like I cannot see this right now. So give me a moment and we'll talk about it again. Um but definitely always love to sit down and hear people's perspective and what they think and how deep they go. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a deep conversation? I do. I really do enjoy and be waiting for it. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to pause for a minute. And I don't know exactly where I left off at. I know I was talking about the observation. Yeah, and just going deep, but it's just something I enjoy. So, on the other note, though, on one of the disagreements, he also decided to have a deep conversation. And so we had a deep conversation. We was going back and forth. I do feel like he might have got a little frustrated because he started trying to challenge my intelligence, um, or whatever. And I'm not going to do that to him because I do feel like he did have a level of consciousness, um, or whatever. But I guarantee you, if you ever get into a debate with a male that is conscious, they will definitely bring up the Lenny. I know I was not about to say Lenny Williams. I know I was not about to say that. Shame, girl. Okay, well, anyway, I guarantee you they will bring up Willie Lynch. And just in case no one knows who Willie Lynch is, because I'm sure everybody does, he was a slave owner who supposedly, well, it's kind of controversial because in one hand they're saying a letter was written, but technically it was supposed to have been a speech that he gave in 1712, and on James River. It was somewhere on the river, basically to slave owners. They had invited him down, I guess, to give him the expertise or whatever his expertise on, I guess, controlling the black slave. Um, I'm trying to think. So they're saying that it has been in print since 1970, and I guess it became widespread in 1990, or that's when it became on the internet, and that's when people, I guess, became aware of it. But this letter or this speech, whichever one, is said to not be true, um, or whatever. I'm not exactly sure who's calling it a hoax or false. Um, but it's controversy around that too, whether or not it's real or fake. Me personally, because so much has been fabricated in history and things like that, I wouldn't bet that this is probably true. I'm gonna lean on that. I believe this letter or this speech existed. Um, Mainly because a lot of the black history has been erased, and because they have taken out all of the negative things out of the history to make it seem like that the American history was just this big big great thing. And you think about it, if this letter or this speech was part of that, then it is very well something they would have taken out too, because it makes them look bad. So, for my sake, I'm just gonna say the letter truth. Like, I believe that this letter was written. Then the stuff is so detailed and elaborate. I couldn't imagine somebody just sitting up there fake writing it. Like, let me write this and fabricate this letter. And it's so long too. Like, let me make up all of this stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody sit down and did all of that. I think it did actually exist. Of course, that's my belief. Other people might have their beliefs, and that's fine. I'm gonna say it existed. Okay. Um, so anyway, uh, that was brought up in the conversation with us going back and forth. And since I'm recording on my phone, I can't really look up and share some of the things with it. But even when he was going that deep with the Willie Lynch, it's like he was still talking about black women are known to be loud and obnoxious, and they don't listen, and they don't this and they don't that, and this and that. And I kind of felt like those two arguments didn't belong together. I kind of felt like that might have been more of a personal level, maybe his own personal experience with a female, and you really can't put those two together like that, because that's your personal experience with the individual or individual. No, that probably ain't even a word. Individuals. It sound right, so we're gonna rock with it. That you might have been in a relationship with. The same for me. Like, I've been in a lot of bad relationships with a lot of not so good guys, but I still love a black man, still want to be married to a black man. I still, it doesn't make me want to step outside my race. I still love my black man, and I know that those are my personal experience with the individuals that I have, and we can't sit here and act like certain things don't exist. You're not gonna find good in everybody. Everybody is not trained up that way, and not even being trained up that way. There are different spirits and things like that, different things that control us mentally, and then when you get drugs and things like that involved, and other ties and strings, along with all the other stuff that people have to face, then you gonna have a pretty messed up individual. And not saying that I've dated guys with all of these different things going on, but if you think about the different things that just the individual black person or a black male has to face, and then if they are doing extra stuff like drugs and all those things, then you're gonna have some messed up people. I'm just saying, and then that goes deep on the spiritual level, but we're gonna try to stay on topic and not even get off topic, because I can go so many ways with this, and then before you know it, I'll get lost and forget the whole point. And I'm trying to stay on point, but I just be getting so excited talking about it, because I can go so many different directions like I'm doing now, but I'm gonna stop. So so anyway, we were having the conversations about that, and like I said, it just kind of sounds more personal than anything. My problem with that is, if anybody understands Willie Lynch, and like I said, y'all can go look up the letter and read it, and see if you don't know about it. But for the most part, his plan was to cause division. Basically, he wanted to cause division against the black community. He did want to put the man in a dependent, scared state. So it was beyond dependent. He did state that he wanted to put the male behind, where he is behind the woman, and where the woman would be independent, more so to train. So a lot of them are pulling that whole thing from that, because in that letter or that speech, that was part of what he was saying. For the most part, he wanted to break down the male, basically just to more so make him weak. Not even necessarily to make him dependent like they're saying in the letter. He just wanted him weak because he knew the black man was strong. You know what I'm saying? He knew he was strong. He knew all the things that a black man possessed. And he just kind of wanted to break him down to where he didn't know who he was, and he was this, and that, and he was weak. For the most part, the main word is weak. He wanted him to be weak, where he stood behind the woman. But that kind of stuff is even in the Bible. You get what I'm saying? Even with the being against each other, mother against daughter and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is in the Bible and was said too, you know. So that's probably part of where the controversy comes in because a lot of stuff was already said in the Bible and the Revelations how that would happen. But anyway, that was his plan. Okay. Basically to cause division, and that could be from the color of the skin. If you lighter, then you better. And granted, that's a real thing because I know a lot of people that come out and I think people who are light skinned actually do think they better than somebody else. I don't know why though. I've never, and mind you, I'm a little brown now, but I definitely have been um light skinned the most of my life. The sun has definitely made me a little darker, but never have I thought I was better than somebody or look better than somebody because of that. I honestly wanted darker skin because I had like spots on my skin from when I had chicken pox, and I just felt like if my skin was darker, then you wouldn't be able to see them so good. Nevertheless, I never knew the battle that dark skinned women had to go through, or how they might have felt less beautiful or whatever. And I'm definitely sorry for that because you're beautiful regardless. Never think that because your skin is darker, which I think is beautiful, that you're less than that beautiful, period. There's nothing else to say about it. And so I never knew that battle until I had watched like a documentary on Netflix or whatever. But anyway, that was part of the plan as well. And that's where a lot of people say the mixed breeding comes in, to make them lighter so that they can cause division and just anything you could think of that can cause division. Oh, I'm stronger, so I'm better than you. I'm this and that. To where, you just break up the unity. And again, I'm not going to go in a lot of detail on it because you can go read it. Just put in Willie Lynch if you're not familiar with it, and you'll be able to read it a little bit more. Now, I'm trying to see something just to make sure. Okay, but yeah, so like I said, that was the main point. But I think I already said the print and all that. So, like I say, for the details.